Honorable Kojo Nkrumah. GoldBod,
it must be clear. A loss of $214 million has already been made. It will be about $300 million at the end of the year.
Yay! Na chense asemable. Na idea ye pay profit no loss say na aba.
All the issues about Bawa Rock is enough for Kojo Nkrumah and the MPP to have a suspicion that something may be wrong. Really, Bright? You hold press conferences based on suspicions?
Yes.
You write
Yes.
all your write-ups based on suspicions?
The democracy, yes.
Na partner no picture way trendy gidigidi no Sammy Gyamfi or Jenny 3 points because
and I heard Kabiru saying that what we are doing is opaque. BOG raises CDs, syndicate CDs from the market, FSCs, for GoldBod through an auction. Do you know the meaning of an auction? You call an auction opaque, it means you don't even know what an auction is. GoldBod buys gold by law through licensed buyers. And all our licensed buyers are published on our website. Anybody can go and check, including Bawa Rock. And you are calling for transparency. What information did you need that you asked and we didn't give you?
Macha na SSA Kojo Nkrumah ene Sammy Gyamfi omudi fi so ewo news file ewo eye Joy News no. In fact, oswerve ye eno osma eye Honorable Dr. Kabiru wale MP. Na in fact, okoye no ho poto ewo honum. Meanwhile, Kojo Nkrumah no oye DJ nsem ewo baabi o. Now this was what came out from this side. Watch how Ofuanse Ayiribi MP Kojo Nkrumah wowed the crowd as guest DJ at Joy FM 90s Jam. Yeah, was a video no, but let's get forward to the agenda of today. Now, allegation na odi to GoldBod sono ebinie.
It must be clear. A loss of $214 million has already been made. It will be about $300 million at the end of the year. And the people of Ghana cannot be taken for fools by some long-winded statements seeking to parry this tragedy away. Colleagues, the truth about this government is that they have not introduced any superior economic ideas to governance. All that they've been doing is rebranding, renaming all things that have been done, and sometimes even hiding the details until we, in the minority, call it out for the Ghanaian public to see. Now, today, they are relying on this rebranding, but rebranding without the requisite competence and the requisite attention to the structural issues will be disastrous in the end. And so we ask.
Yes, and so we ask. Question na muye diniye.
So when the IMF is no longer here by the middle of 2026, and they have finished rebranding the ideas that they inherited, which new ideas will they be introducing? Which old ideas will they now be left with to copy? And who will be shepherding them? The previous administration in January 2025 handed over to them an economy that was far larger, far stronger, far less burdened by debt servicing than what they handed to us in January 2027. Their singular instinct has been to capitalize on the architecture that was innovated by the NPP. Gold for reserves, gold for oil, gold for forex are examples. And now, even that one, they are running into massive losses that you, the taxpayer, will have to pay at the end of the day. What have they contributed? Nothing. Just rebranding. They simply took the PMMC and the work that MIF was doing and decided to restructure it under the GoldBod and quickly pass a bill to grant it sweeping powers over all small-scale gold, plus 20% of all other produced gold by large-scale miners.
So, based on this allegation, and a news file, so umbe hosted the two of them. Na obian prove it with evidence. Na when na Kojo Nkrumah eswerve ya osma eye Dr. Kabiru Moro. Na enya simkuma. Let's listen to eye Kabiru Moro na famu face. Na say when you are subscribe na be kan abusuako no ni go fast forward into the issues. Na afterwards ye bebo babia na Opon Nkrumah no oye DJ a oji ne nsamba.
And the fact that he's presenting evidence before us, he should have brought the 2015 document of this nature for us to compare.
You are challenging it, so you must show us the contrary.
I am telling you that we even challenged before he brought it. We didn't provide, and we actually submitted a document that shows the object of his cooperation.
Original one.
I've told you that. I've told you that clearly. I've told you clearly what is it. Let me proceed.
Two consultants go.
Two.
No, I don't understand. There's too much confusion even for me.
In the application, let me make my point.
No, but I'm asking me questions.
I'm an enemy of the GoldBod.
No, but I'm not consultant. Yeah, so what is it?
I'm not a
consultant of the GoldBod.
I hope you are pausing my time.
I'm happy to be anyway. But he calls me and consults me. It's fine. Thank you.
Like Kabiru, you do consult me sometimes.
Thank you.
And I consult you too.
Thank you. So Kabiru, it is only fair to our viewers that if all of us have a document here as evidence we are relying on, if you have something to the contrary, it is only fair that you say you even produce that document. Show us that document that differs from the objects as registered in 2015 January. Mining, farming, construction, trading, in general goods, dealers in precious minerals, oil and gas, import and export of general goods. If you don't show us what the change has been, then there shouldn't be an argument.
Let me help you. I can help you.
Okay,
what's the paper?
Okay,
give
so
it to me. I can help
these
you.
are the documents that Sammy Gyamfi brought into the studio that Kabiru wants to rely on to make a point.
First, in this presentation, he produced the old certificate of Bauer Rock Company Limited to make his point. It was tendered in and accepted. Again, he proceeded to submit the new certificate, which was done in January 2025. The new certificate. In fact, as a matter of fact, this is not even the new certificate, but the change of the name. That was done in January 2025.
What?
He submitted, June 2025. June 2025, sorry.
What is certificate?
Please, a certificate.
This is 14th day of January 2025.
2015.
2015. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Let me help you. They are a document. Let me tell you. They are a document.
So
this document is accompanying this. Okay. It's from this document, which was done in June 2025, that this one was produced.
this is the date it was. This was the date it was printed from the system.
That is what
what is he talking about? This is the date the document was printed.
So there's a simple question here. Hold on. There's something about
you want to use my documents, don't lie. What is on the face of the document?
Gentlemen, there's something I'm doing and I want to do it methodically, surgically. He says there was a change. I have simply asked him.
This is the critical moment Kabiru Moro found himself into trouble because only evidence to back what he is actually saying. Na say yeah to bona na question na kupimwa na kofa say I deja.
When was the change?
Yes.
Now you are pointing to the date of printing of the document to say there was a change when there was no change. Do you admit that?
No, I don't admit that.
If you don't admit, then
that.
show us where there was a change.
And that's what I'm saying, that if you would indulge me, and if you will be kind enough to let me advance my point, I'm sure you will get the totality of my thought and the point I'm advancing.
Okay.
First, and I'm saying that, this frequent interaction.
Doc, just hold on 1 second. 1 second. Before you go there, the documents you are holding, none represents a change in the registration or the company's objects of business in 2025. They are documents dating to 2015 as to the registration of incorporation and commencement of business and their objects. The date of print is 2025 of the objects which you are holding. The date of print
First and foremost,
cannot be communicated to say
first and foremost,
that the company has changed
it's
its
not
business.
right that the company changed its business in 2025, in 2015. It's not right. Its own document says that the name of the company, this change, let me start. Certificate of incorporation of a company. I hereby certify that Bower Rock Limited, original called Bower Rock Company, which name was changed by a special resolution and with the approval of the Registrar of Companies on the 20th day of November 2023, was incorporated under the Companies Act 1963, Act 173, as a limited liability company on the 14th day of January 2015. So this is referring to the 2015.
Yes.
This is referring to the initial incorporation. But subsequently, there was a change of name. And there was a change of name and a change of object.
When?
I have read that to you on the face of the document.
My question to you, which I need us to make progress on, is that
I'm sure
once you say there is a change in object,
yes.
show us the contrary.
And I'm telling you that if Sammy Gyamfi is bringing us the original document, licenses, and he has not accompanied with the previous, I'm sure that the question you should have asked is, where is the original of this?
No,
you did not ask that.
This is your presumption.
No, you did not ask that.
This is your presumption.
Samson, you did not ask that. I am raising it.
Wait. This is company law 101. The presumption you are making, I can say here, has no basis. Unless you show me a document that says that there was a change in the objects of the business. What you are holding is the certificate of incorporation and then a change in name. Okay? A change in name. You are suggesting that the change in name will automatically come with change in objects. That is not correct.
That's not the point I'm making. The point I'm making is that we have followed this company.
Okay.
We have done analysis of this company. We have told you that the company was not owned by Rashid Bawa Ambassador, which they initially stated. That's the first thing. No. I'm making a point.
Let's listen to him now.
I'm making a point.
It's okay. Nobody should interrupt.
Afterwards, Orlando Yape and a lawyer Sammy Gyamfi. Just also Mike Numunu was school no I ne poto. I'm mesmerizing no. Ama Dr. Kabiru Moro Nira ho.
They were in the business throughout your regime. They were in the gold license, Bower Rock, and this is 2019.
Was in power.
Was this a renewal or
renewal?
Yes.
Renewal. So
PMMC renewed the license of a pharma company to trade in gold, to buy gold. All right. It's just something I was thinking about. That's all. Thank you very much. So now,
all right.
So let me just hold on briefly for me. Okay, I'll listen to you and return to read some of the messages.
All right.
Please forgive me. I'll read some of your messages.
Thank you very much, Samson. First of all, I want to start with some of the issues that Bright raised. His first argument was that GoldBod is just like GoldBod. GoldBod is also not primarily a profit-making institution, just like GoldBod. And yet, we discuss GoldBod losses, so nobody can stop anybody from discussing GoldBod losses. First of all, that argument is flawed because let's even assume that you can make that comparison between GoldBod and GoldBod. GoldBod has been recording losses, GoldBod has not recorded a loss. So that comparison doesn't cut it. That's number one. GoldBod has not made a loss. And it doesn't matter how many times you repeat that falsehood, it will not make it right. GoldBod is a corporate body, a body corporate. In fact, it is a public corporation. It has not made a loss. Number two, no, you must understand that there is, even though GoldBod and GoldBod has similarities in terms of mandates, our trade models are different because we are dealing with two different commodities. GoldBod provides incentives and support to cocoa farmers in the form of cocoa rows, cocoa fertilizer, chemicals, rehabilitation. And so by virtue of that, are justified to give cocoa farmers prices that sometimes are 30-40% discounted. GoldBod provides no gold rules or no such incentives to miners, and therefore cannot have a justification to buy gold at a discount or to trade gold the same way cocoa is traded. Understand that. Number two, whereas cocoa is very difficult to smuggle because it is bulky. To smuggle cocoa for it to make financial sense means you're carrying bags and bags of cocoa, putting it in a truck to smuggle. Gold is a small asset, but high value asset. You can put 1 kg of gold in your pocket and cross the border, and nobody will know that you're carrying something. So you don't manage cocoa the way you manage gold. And when you're drawing parallels in a debate like this, make sure you're comparing like with like, not oranges with apples. In any case, this is the main point. Nobody is saying don't assess the efficiency of the GoldBod model like you assess the efficiency of the cocoa board model. But in assessing the efficiency of a policy, any policy analyst worth his salt would do that assessment from the perspective of policy objects and policy goals. So, Cocoa Board is making losses. Yes, you are right to assess that. Is Cocoa Board delivering on its mandate? GoldBod was established for the purpose of foreign exchange generation and supporting gold reserve accumulation. So when you are analyzing the efficiency of our model, you don't only look at cost, if indeed we were even incurring cost, but we are not. Currently, it is the BOG. This year, we may. Okay? But you look at it from the perspective of our cost versus the realization of our mandate or objects. That is not what you're doing. You're talking cost. In all your write-ups, you have never acknowledged the role and impact of GoldBod on this economy.
That's not correct.
Which the IMF even does. So that's number one. Number two,
I'll come to it.
He makes the argument that G4O was not for profit, and yet we discussed losses under it and it has been scrapped. Yes, G4O was also a monetary policy intervention, not for profit per se. Our criticism of G4O was one, opacity. We didn't know who were the aggregators. We didn't know how good was being bought. We didn't know a lot of things. And the most important thing was that it was not delivering the outcomes it was supposed to deliver, at least relative to cost. So BOG did a cost-benefit analysis and said that, look, the exposures we are having under G4O, both on the gold side and on the oil side, is not worth the benefits we are getting in terms of fuel price reduction, which was or stability, which was the object of G4O
on inflation.
So that is why they have scrapped it. So when you're doing the analysis, situate it in the right context. Then he says that we are interested in knowing the full chain of risk and issues and so you are interested in knowing. It means you don't know. And when you are interested in knowing something, you ask questions. You don't jump into hasty conclusions. That's number 3. Then number 4, he says the CEO of GoldBod will not admit losses, but will say that there is some cost anywhere. Hello, I said GoldBod has not made losses, and you have not been able to show that GoldBod has made losses. All you're talking about is cost under a BOG program. And you want to create an impression that cost under a BOG program on BOG books is GoldBod's cost. Where did you get that kind of analysis from? Where? So you are wrong. And we are not sharing blames, because what the BOG has done is worthy of commendation, like all Ghanaians are commending them. It is only you, or you Kabiru and the likes, who want to create an impression as though somebody at BOG has done something wrong, for which reason blame should be shared. For you to say that, oh, if at all that there is, you're saying that the issue is about burden sharing, or what did you even say? Blame sharing between GoldBod. It should be about blame sharing between GoldBod and the GoldBod.
Don't worry,
there is nothing like blame sharing.
all of it.
Again, he talks about no matter how you look at this, it is a trading loss and not just a mere administrative loss. Why? Because the IMF has said so. Okay, we are saying whether trading or administrative or whatever, we have explained to you that the bulk of this cost, which you are calling loss, over 97% of it comes about as a result of exchange rate translational differentials, because we buy gold at market exchange rate as pertains to non-bank transactions, but accountants convert FX proceeds at BOG rates. We buy gold as spot to fend off smugglers because we want to prevent what happened in 2021 when a 3% discount led to a sharp decline in ASM gold output from 39.3 to 3.4 tons. And therefore, we incur transaction cost. You understand? So understand that. Then he says that from their investigations, they have heard that some self-financing aggregators are saying that Bower Rock is making their business difficult. They can't compete. But who told you that licensees of GoldBod are supposed to compete among themselves? Who told you that? If you don't have information, ask. Who told you that? A self-financing aggregator is not supposed to go and borrow money from any bank for any business. You don't even know that. The reason why we have allowed for self-financing aggregators is so that if there is an off-taker somewhere who wants to send dollars in advance of exports, he can send the dollars to a licensed self-financing aggregator through GoldBod's account. GoldBod takes the dollars and give the CD equivalent to the self-financing aggregator to go and buy gold at GoldBod's price. There is nothing like competition. At GoldBod's price. And then GoldBod exports the gold to the off-taker of the self-financing aggregator. We did not introduce that layer of license buying to create competition among licensed buyers, which will eventually lead to price hikes. Okay. And that will come on our books as increased costs. Then he says that Bower Rock, we checked from income, and Bower Rock was not an exporter, and now they have learned that Bower Rock was only buying for somebody. Who told you that under the old regime, we only had gold exporters? Under the old regime, you must know that the PMMC issued gold trading licenses for people to buy and sell gold locally. That was PMMC licenses. And then we had the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources issuing license for people to buy and export gold. Bower didn't have a license to buy and export, but he had a license from PMMC from 2016, 2017 to 2024 to buy and sell gold in Ghana.
So if you can keep your responses crisp enough, so yeah, I'm bringing in, Senor.
And he was far
bigger. You have done about 9 minutes.
Hold on.
I want Senor
you can give me 9 minutes.
It's most unfair.
As the CEO.
It's most unfair to
no, I come to him, and Senor himself may even give me part of his time. So I beg you.
He hasn't said
that's number one. That's number one. Then number two, he says that everything I've said about Bower Rock, all the issues about Bower Rock, is enough for Kojo Nkrumah and the MPP to have a suspicion that something may be wrong. Really, Bright? You hold press conferences based on suspicions?
Yes.
You write yes. All your write-ups based on suspicions?
The democracy, yes.
No. You don't go to town with suspicions as though they are conclusive facts.
They say,
when you have suspicions,
it's not mere suspicion. Sammy, they say yes. It is an arrangement, a system to bleed the state whilst an individual is making a benefit.
Rather, and I've explained to you with documents that they cannot dispute, that rather it is a sensible risk mitigating measure to make sure that if you are going to give public funds to somebody to buy gold, you get a guarantee against it. That is a no-brainer. Again, he says that all he's asking for is transparency. Really?
Hey, I was for at this point, I pity for Dr. Kabiru because we boss are small. Now evidence are and send our baby on this set so no wouldn't be. Now how? Who be debating Sammy Gyamfi? Who revisit or your lawyer? Come on, lawyer for no or more can be they deal with facts. And then if you don't have facts, you will find yourself wanting.
And I heard Kabiru saying that what we are doing is opaque. BOG raises syndicate CDs from the market, FSCs, for GoldBod through an auction. Do you know the meaning of an auction? You call an auction opaque. It means you don't even know what an auction is. GoldBod buys gold by law through licensed buyers. And all our licensed buyers are published on our website. Anybody can go and check, including Bower Rock. And you are calling for transparency. What information did you need that you asked and we didn't give you? Let's go on. Then he says that obviously there will be shortfalls based on our trading model. So how will the shortfalls are financed through foreign reserves? Any trading shortfalls that arise as a result of policy cost is financed through the same reserve. And the key thing here is that after we finance the shortfalls, the reserve has increased from $8.9 billion as of December 2024 to over $13 billion as of December 2025. The reserves didn't go down after we financed the trading shortfalls. It rather went up exponentially. Then he says that if we buy gold with high-powered money, it will lead to inflation, so there will be high sterilization costs. Sterilization costs will even be higher if you don't attain FX market stability. That is right. Again, you must know that when the Bank of Ghana uses high power under the MPP, they say
you should be concluding.
Oh, Charlie, you are making me rush through very important matters that your viewers expect a duty bearer like me.
Substantive issues have been canvassed over 1 hour. Substantive issues have been canvassed over 1 hour.
Then he says that we are pre-committed. He says that he doesn't know whether we have pre-commitments with off-takers. We don't have pre-commitments with off-takers because we don't take advances. You wrote on your your X page that we have only one main off-taker, that is BOG, or one or two. You said 2 or 3.
I didn't say that.
We have 7. Under the MPP, there was only one off-taker called Alpha Stream. One off-taker. You didn't write anything about Alpha Stream. Let me finish. Alpha Stream was selling to Stonex, who didn't even have a contract with the BOG.
I was the first person to talk about Alpha Stream.
The Dr. Siama-led BOG has introduced 7 off-takers. They are Vintage Bullion, they are Gold Saddle, they are Well Gold, they are Sovereign Pinnacle, and all that.
All of them are published on my site.
Again, you say that large-scale gold is also bringing dollars. Who has said large-scale gold is not bringing dollars? But we are saying that for the first time in the history of Ghana, the small scale sector, because of the good work done by GoldBod, has beaten the large scale sector. Whereas as at 24th December 2024, large scale gold sector had brought in FX to the tune of $9.2 billion. Small scale has brought in $10.8 billion. First time in history. Then you say that why should we give all the CD stability credit to the GoldBod? Whoever said that GoldBod should be given all the credit? Nobody has said so. But you told Senor that if policymakers and government officials tell you that subsidies are good, then it means subsidies are good. Well, the finance minister says that GoldBod is the single most critical intervention that has led to the stability of the cedi. The Bank of Ghana says so. The IMF has said so. So why do you want us not to believe the finance minister, the governor of the Bank of Ghana, the IMF, and believe Bryce Simmons?
Thank you.
Now to Kabiru, I'll do that in 5 minutes, and I promise you that. Number one, I'm rushing through. When I'm done, I'm done. You've spoken over 30 minutes, so let me finish. Kabiru says here, they don't do basic checks, and they come and sit on radio and embarrass themselves. He says that this issue about Bawa Rock has come up because Sammy Gyamfi and GoldBod didn't comply with Section 42 by publishing contracts and whatever. If you have been doing research, you would have known that immediately we awarded Bawa Rock a license, we published it on our website. Go and check.
I just say, Anya, but I don't know. Yes, because evidential base is not substantial at this point. Because only be substantial.
Then he says that
contract is different from that.
You see something, this guy.
Contract is different.
Please,
from
for those of you watching, let's give you proper legal company law education. A company, please, when you were speaking, I didn't interject you once. Bawa Rock was registered on 14th January 2025. This is a certificate. 2015, this is it.
Yeah.
Bawa Rock then changed its name from Bawa Rock Limited to Bawa Rock Company Limited on 20th day of November 2023.
Correct.
This is it. A change of name is not the same as change of objects. Please don't embarrass yourself. Kojo Nkrumah goes to do a presser, runs away from newsfile, sends you, then you come and embarrass yourself about things you don't know. Now let's come. Then he says that Bawa Rock has been given a monopoly even though GoldBod was supposed to be a state monopoly. You didn't read in the GoldBod Act that the GoldBod, even though it's a state monopoly, the sole buyer and seller of all gold, the GoldBod is supposed to exercise that power through its licensed buyers. Don't you know that? Or you read that because GoldBod is a monopoly, then GoldBod itself as a state agency will nationalize gold trading, set up offices and buy all gold, and take out all private licensees out.
Thank you, Sammy.
You don't understand? I'm wrapping up. Then he says that the losses I spoke about are fake.
Right. That's substantial.
I'm giving you my chat with somebody that I will not mention.
Okay.
In fact, I can mention. I think I have it. I'm mentioning that this is from the governor. This is from the governor of the central bank.
Which document? Which document?
Hold on. You that you don't even know simple things. You don't even know the difference between the change of name.
The page number you took us to spoke about the gold for oil.
Yes,
not for the gold for reserves. And gave figures that are not the same as the gold.
Whose number is this? Samson.
It's not true. Samson, it's not true. I have the report.
Okay, right?
Correct.
I have the report. These are the losses. Please.
It's not right.
This is from the governor.
Yes.
Okay.
2023 losses. G4O, gold for oil, 1.1 billion cedis. Gold for reserve, 973 million. Total.
So they are separate.
2.15 billion. They are all under G4R.
Okay.
Then you come to, they are all under domestic gold purchase program. Yes. Then you come to 2024 losses. G4O, gold for oil, 667.7 million cedis. Gold for reserves, 4.1 billion.
All right.
And you are here.
Okay.
You
hold on.
You are supposed to know these basic things.
Sammy, don't.
And finally, I'm not attacking them. I'm only expressing surprise.
No.
Expressing surprise. You see, he says that he's checked our financials and 60%.
I'll come back to you.
He says that 60% of our fees come from the BOG. So we are bleeding the BOG. Where was 60% of the fees of PMMC coming from? When we took office, PMMC had a 2023 good purchase agreement with BOG. The fees that PMMC under you, MPP, were receiving is the same fees GoldBod has received without even an increment of 1 cedi. You don't know this? And you're on news file embarrassing yourself. And you are talking you're talking about the fact that an auction is opaque.
Thank you.
I will not even waste my time on these people. I will not banter.
It's okay. Hold on. Some you have done 16 minutes extra.
Who said that to review a policy means to cancel it?
Hold on.
I will not banter.
Yes, I was for not just say there, Sammy Gyamfi, or the the MPP people, Joy News File, so no, especially Dr. Kabiru, why poto. Why lusu ni bibia na at this time no me wa Kojo Nkrumah no the nam baby ye DJ nsem. Now this is the video.
For our first year European, ladies and gentlemen, make the noise for Kojo Nkrumah. Ladies and gentlemen, I just have one track for you. Enjoy the evening.
Jenny Samba. Hey. Charlie. Na chen say so ojai MP adwuma rekora na okoye DJ a obeje ni Samba. Hwe so waka odi control the sound system. Any the waiver or wave. Come on.
For our first year European, ladies and gentlemen, make the noise for Kojo Nkrumah. Ladies and gentlemen, I just have one track for you. Enjoy the evening.
Charlie, in those days, obey gangster. Hey, DJ mu gangster. What I say? So at this point, a man for be not questions be estatia ebeba. Say how? What small boy? Ena, what quiet DJ some baby? And they won't children ever join news file. How? Ain't you know? Yeah, try. I the way Sammy Gyamfi edi ye Dr. Kabiru no, or to say video way. Na chese atasa yes na nipa na also evidence we Kojo Nkrumah and say ono so ono de onji we I want to say at the point or give it up. I so what I say So naturally say Kojo Opon onim de no hoye. Yes, and wa give it up. Was swerve. So therefore, ama eye picture we no. Trenda na egusu trendy. Sammy Gyamfi or dragon yiri chese. Na huna mina betutu no. So this is the latest video and a trending news ekoso ewo Ghana political system no mo. In fact, what you trying to say? Chawadwene ewo comment section so na beka abusuako we by subscribing mosonfo Zazi aka you be the head. Me that say Pierre.
Wonderful people, my name is Akuma Mama Zimbi, and I love to read and listen to GH Celebrating News. May I say.